Hey y'all, welcome to Stories on Sunset. Um, this is Sreth once again, coming to you live from parts unknown, like some professional wrestlers. Um, uh, all these stories that I'm telling each week, every Sunday night, I'm trying to raise funds for all the small businesses and music venues along Sunset Strip and Sunset Boulevard. Because they were my I from 2012 or 2014, I believe. I was a concert journalist in Los Angeles, and they were my safe havens. And I'm trying to give back as best as I can, because right now COVID's hurting everyone's wallets, and this is the best way that I can do is raise funds this way by using my platform on YouTube to do that for them. So yeah, you'll see everyone from the Viper Room to the Whiskey Go Go to the Rainbow, Satellite, Amoeba, all down there. I'm also raising funds for my favorite venue in St. Augustine, Florida, called the Corazon Cinema and Cafe. I host my monthly storytelling event there. But right before COVID ruined it, we were on a roll. We were celebrating over 2 years there, so I'm raising funds for them too. And the comedy clubs, because I'm a stand-up comic as well. The Laugh Factory and the Comedy Store. You can click on their websites on the bottom in the description box to find out how you can donate to them as well. So without further ado, this story took place at the House of Blues, and I got to see Common there. It was before the rapper from Chicago, and he's an actor as well. And before I knew how to get credentials, I would just go to these concerts and just get a bunch of at the time note cards and write on them, and I would make my way to the be the first one in and be the last one out, and use my cell phone to photograph these artists on stage. But I knew later I would get a journal and get a proper camera and get credentials and do the right thing and do the right way. But anywho, I got to see Common at the House of Blues, and it was for his album that came out around that time. I believe it was called like The Dream or The Believer or something like that. Um, and uh, and I purchased merch like I usually do while I was out there, and it was a pretty awesome experience. This one's gonna be a short story. Probably gonna be like 5 minutes, but um, maybe less. Um, but anywho, I went to the House of Blues, saw Common, and and I saw him perform there, and his set was pretty rad. But out of nowhere, I got to see someone that I didn't expect to perform on stage with him that night, and it was none other than Stevie Wonder. And he did some scatting with his voice, and when he was scatting, Common would freestyle over his sound, Stevie Wonder's voice, and it was pretty awesome. That was a pretty cool experience, and so I left the I before like everyone left, and I was along the barricade, and the stage hands were there, and I always asked for a set list. So I ended up getting a set list from that show. I framed it, and I also tore down like one of those posters that people usually hang on the walls and all that good stuff. I picked up the album too, so while I was at that show, and it's a pretty good album for sure. But yeah, like I said, this one's a really short one. Most of them are going to be short. As a friendly reminder, I'm telling all these stories to help out the venues and the small businesses along Sunset Strip and Sunset Boulevard during these times, and hopefully all the funds go to their staff and the venues themselves and the Corazon as well. Um, and next week I will be telling the story of how I celebrated my time celebrated Halloween at the Lamb of God concert at the Hollywood Palladium, and that was a fun story. So looking forward to sharing that story with you all too. So, all right, signing off at 5 minutes. See you all next week. This is my SOS to the world. This is Stories on Sunset. We'll see you next Sunday night.